a young brother was running through the park and it was after Maghrib, and he was running through the park and he became possessed. When I recited on him, the jinn began to speak and said that he stepped and he crushed my child. He was running through under the trees and we were under those trees, and he stepped on my child and he crushed my child. So jinn possession, okay, firstly, the jinn have different abilities to what we do. Okay, so one of the abilities of some of the jinn is to travel huge distances in a very short space of time. Okay, some of the jinn are very powerful. We know that, for example, Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, the Prophet Sulaiman, they used to build for him amazing structures and amazing huge things, and he had like a palace made out of glass and all these amazing things. Okay, so the jinn have different abilities. One of the abilities of the jinn is to enter into the body of the children of Adam and to possess them, to basically hijack the body of the children of Adam. Okay, so jinn possession is something which it does occur. Okay, and it occurs for various reasons. One of the reasons why jinn possession occurs is as a result of sihr, as a result of magic. So the magician, he's gone and he's done his worship and he's done what he's done, and then the jinn will appear to him. Let me give you an example of what a magician does. One of the things that a magician does, he'll go out to a cave and he'll light some candles in a cave which is far away from civilization. So he's out alone. And then what he does is he lights some candles and he sits in and he draws a circle on the ground in the cave, and he sits in this cave and he like meditates and he calls upon the devils. But they're not going to appear to him after 5 minutes. Once he's done this for days and days and days, meaning he's not allowed to leave this circle. So and this is a small circle, he defecates in this circle, he sleeps in his own defecation, he eats from his own defecation, and he mixes all of that stuff in and he rubs it all over himself. Like I said, he basically humiliates himself. Once he's in the filthiest of states and the devils are now satisfied that, you know what, this person has totally removed his humanity, the position. Allah says that وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي Adam, that we have indeed honored the children of Adam. Once he has totally stripped himself of any honor and he's humiliated himself for the devils, then they'll appear to him now, and then they'll say, right, what is it that you want? Who is it that you want us to afflict? And then he'll have, an item of clothing or a picture or an item of their DNA, hair, whatever it might be. Then they will go and they will afflict this person. They'll find this person, they'll start to afflict him. They're not going to go straight in. If he's a person who is a person of a good tawheed, meaning he worships Allah, he follows the sunnah, he does his protective, his du'as, the jinn won't be able to come and afflict that person. They might be externally poking and prodding and causing problems. But if he's a person who is watching pornography and he's got a girlfriend and he's smoking drugs and he's far away from Islam, doesn't pray, she's a sister that doesn't, observe the correct hijab, then they will actually enter into that person. Allah mentions in the Quran, الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ الرِّبَى, those people who consume riba in this world. لَا يَقُومُونَ, they're not going to stand on Yawm al-Qiyamah إِلَّا كَمَا يَقُومُ الَّذِي يَتَخَبَّطُهُ الشَّيْطَانُ مِنَ الْمَسِّ, except like the one who he's been beaten into insanity by the touch of the devil. Okay, so the mas of the shaitan means here the possession, that he enters into the body. Okay, so jinn possessed because of sihr, jinn possessed because they fall in love, and this is something that brothers and sisters need to be aware of. If you're walking around the house amazed, ujub, I'm amazed with myself, mashallah, my pecs are looking amazing, my back, blah blah blah, and you're not seeking the protection from Allah, then the jinn can actually possess you. Or sisters, likewise with brothers, going out of the house not covered properly in the places of clubs and places of the shisha cafes and these places where the shayateen gather, then they can fall in love and they can possess a person, or they may possess due to revenge. A case which I always mention is a young brother was running through the park and it was after Maghrib, and he was running through the park and he became possessed. When I recited on him, the jinn began to speak and said that he stepped and he crushed my child. He was running through under the trees and we were under those trees, and he stepped on my child and he crushed my child. There's another part to that story, and that is that he was a disobedient child. He was disobedient to his parents and his father in particular, and his father made dua, oh Allah, teach this boy a lesson. And that same time, he became possessed. So we ask Allah for safety and security.